All right. Recording to cloud. So a lot of times, I probably should start over, say a lot of stuff, but we ain't got time. So a lot of times that when people start, you get somebody through an invite and now they want to get on product, what do you do? If you're timid or if it's really your first time, you're trying to figure it out, maybe it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh time, start them with a trial. They get a chance to sample exactly what you offer. And it gives you a chance to really hone in to their meal plan, really check up on them, and really do a proper follow-up, which is really our key thing for the night, is the actual follow-up, or key thing for this afternoon is actual follow-up. So I'll break down really quick how we go from invite the product, and then Tricia will jump in and break it down to you how you follow up with that afterwards. Okay, so let's just say if, first of all, is there any way that anyone wants me to demonstrate or articulate an invite or any part of this as she leads up to the follow-up? Is there any part of this process that somebody's like, I'm not really sure what to say here or there before we get to the follow-up? I'm trying to go through a whole flow of meeting somebody, put them on product, what you say, and then how you follow up right here. And it's all going to take me like less than 5 minutes to do the whole thing. Boop. Does anybody have anything they're not sure about? Mark Pierce, you trying to unmute?
Yeah, what's a good way to keep it short and to get to the point? Let's say if you're inviting them to potentially make a part-time income for your business. Do you usually want to tell your story? Because sometimes I find my thoughts tell my story.
Yeah, we can cover that. Let's do product first, and then we'll cover business here in a second.
Okay.
Let's cover product flow, and then I'll explain, or she'll explain how we can roll that into a business invite.
Okay.
But that's a good question, though. All right, so no questions. All right, so here we go. So really, what I do, like people are in my inbox right now, I got to respond to, and they're like, I need some questions about Herbalife. That's literally what I got. Like, I seen your post, I seen you break down some things, you seem knowledgeable. I watch your videos all the time. Now I finally want to ask you, like, how do I get started with Herbalife? I'm like, cool. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I can start you off on a 3-day trial, which will help you lose 3 to 11 pounds in 3 days. Done, right? That's enough to make people be like, 11 pounds in 3 days. Okay, what do I get in that? Everybody's going to ask you that. What do I get in that in 3 days? 6 shakes and some energy tablets. Done. That's it. Right? We're not going to go into, I'm not even going into the flavors. You get 6 shakes and some energy tablets. All healthy stuff. Right? The shorter the answers, the better. It makes you look like a guru when you do short, snappy answers. Okay, so how do I get started? Cool, no problem. You can go on my website and order, or as a matter of fact, I can send one right out to you. I prefer to write out to you because of tax shipping reasons and all kind of stuff. And plus, we got them on hand. And then 2, I can write a little personal note inside the box, or I can throw an extra lift off inside the box or whatever. And then I send it to them. Now, once they get their product, my mindset is I want to get this person from a trial to either preferred member or a trial to a full plan. As a beginner, I'm not saying that this is what you should do. I'm just saying this is what I did, and it made more sense. In the beginning, I only went off the 3 packages that was on the website. It was easy to articulate. It was easy to point to. And I was quick start, advanced, or ultimate. In the beginning, our sponsor would hit me up and be like, bro, we've never moved this many quick starts before. Like, how y'all just moving all these quick starts? I'm like, it's easy to point to. Hey, I got 3 weight loss packages. They on the website. We call them fast, faster, and fastest. Most people are going to go right to the quick start because it's the cheapest. People don't understand the, what up, Chuck? People don't understand the value in the actual product yet, so they're going to go with the cheapest one. Cool, no problem. I started with the cheapest one. So, boom, they ordered the package. I asked them what flavor they like. Here's your flavors. Cool, pick that one in. That's great. What kind of tea should I use? Hey, I like lemon tea. Boom, I get the lemon tea. Now I'll recommend the aloe and stuff like that and everything. But in the beginning, I didn't have the confidence to. Not gonna lie to you. I was like, just order it and go. And when it gets there, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with your package when it finally gets there. I didn't have the confidence to be like, hey, you need PDM and you need aloe. I didn't have PDM at first. Me and my wife didn't. it's probably why we dropped so much weight so quick. We didn't have the extra calories. So for me, I don't really worry about offering people the PDM all the time. We can take care of that on the second order. Okay, so quick start, advanced, awesome. Now, what do you do after they have their package? Okay, this is where the dope follow-up comes in at. So get yourself a piece of paper if you need be, because even my veteran coaches mess this up. Even sometimes people slip through on me and I'll be like, damn, how did I not check that they was using too much water in their tea? And that's why they don't have no effect. That's why they're not reordering product. Now it's affecting my pocket. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So here's the important part on the follow-up right here. I'm going to allow Dr. Teresa Matthews to give y'all the steps, and then we'll chime in as far as questions and whatnot, and to answer how you do a proper follow-up. And then Mark Peters will roll to you exactly how you can turn that into a business opportunity. All right? So without further ado, Half a Millionaire team coming out of the Bronx, New York, the Bronx Bomber, a.k.a. Dr. Oh, you do a share screen on me real quick? Oh, shoot. Dr. Teresa Matthews.
All right, sounds good. All right. Hey, everybody. I just came sliding into home plate because we closed the Shake Shop at noon. So that drive home took me a few minutes. But I'm here with you. So excited to see everybody. All right, so we're going to do some real quick slides so you guys can get notes if you want notes. But here we go. So the invite to follow up. After you do the invite, like the described, people don't automatically get on products. We all know this. Don't be discouraged. It happens. People need to see it anywhere from 8 to 12 times before they even pay attention. And then with these products as well, they have to be in a mindset of wanting change before they will accept it. Can you convince people to want change? Yes. So you can lead people up to the thought of, I want to be better. You can say things like Stephanie Joe always posts a lot of motivational stuff on her page. So the people that are looking at her page, they'll see that stuff. And then when she's saying, and you can do this to be better, they're like, oh, okay, yeah. So it's like having the motivational stuff, having things that will prompt people to think about wanting change can also help, prior to the invite. But once you invite them, they're not going to say, oh my gosh, thank you for asking me to try this. I've been waiting for this all my life. Yes, sign me up. They're not going to say that. They're going to be like, what is it? Well, let me think about it. Let me talk to my husband. Let me see what my wife thinks. I'll let you know. And when they say all that stuff, they're doing a couple of things. They are probably telling their friends, hey, I'm thinking about trying Herbalife. Their friends are going to be like, don't do that stuff. It doesn't work. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. Don't do it. It doesn't work. And so you have to be louder than that. You have to be more attractive than that. You might even have to tell them. You might even have to say at some point, your friends and family aren't going to necessarily support you in this, but you have to do this for you. You'll have to say things like that to let people know that you know that that's going on, and don't worry about it. It's real. You can even say, my friends and family didn't support me when I first started, but now they're really happy for me that I actually went and made the change. So you say things to let them know that you know that's going on. Your follow-up is where you build a relationship. So the initial invite, you're like, hey, come on out to our fit camp. Come on down and join my challenge. And someone likes the post. So they're interested. They're thinking about it. But what you do after that is how you close the sale. So you're like, okay, listen, cool. The next challenge starts on January 1st. We have our registration on December 30th. So this is how much it costs. And they're like, yeah, that sounds great. I want to do it. You're like, okay, awesome. I'm going to follow up with you on this date to remind you about the registration. Or would you like to start a meal plan right now while you're getting ready for the challenge? Oh, I don't know. I'll think about it. Okay, well, and that's when you can do the, okay, I have a 3-day trial pack that you can try. It's only $25. Let me know. Oh, I don't get paid till next Friday. Okay, cool. You get paid next Friday. I'm going to follow up with you on Thursday and, see what you think. And if they say okay to the follow-up on Thursday, you're like, awesome. Should I just message you, or would you like me to call or text you? You want to lock down a method of follow-up. If you say you're going to follow up, you want to make sure that they expect a certain kind of follow-up from you. So if they say, yeah, just message me, that's cool. Like, okay, cool, I'll message you on Thursday. Then you want to make sure you actually do it. So you put it in your calendar, you write it down, whatever you got to do, so you actually make sure you do it. Now, if your follow-up with them, like let's say you said, hey, come on out and try the Fit Camp for free, work out with me. And they say, okay, I can do it on Wednesday. You're like, perfect. So I'll see you on Wednesday. And you confirm the location for them. And then what you do is on Tuesday, so if your follow-up's going to be in person, some kind of a meeting, they're coming to an event, they're going to do something, the day before that day that you're supposed to see them, you want to send a reminder. So, hey, just wanted to touch base with you and make sure we're still good for tomorrow. So if they say they're coming out on Wednesday, on Tuesday you want to hit them up, like, hey, just want to make sure you got the info and you're all set for tomorrow. That's it. If it's just a phone call, if your follow-up is a phone call or a text, you don't have to do a text follow-up to confirm that you're going to follow up by text. Like, you just do that part. But if it's going to be in person, you want to follow up prior to the event to confirm, make sure that they remember it, make sure that they've got all the info they need, all that stuff the day before. So that's really all it is for the invite. Now, if, let's say you followed up with this person, they said they get paid next Friday, so you hit them up on Thursday and you're like, hey, how's your day going? You know, I saw you post about your daughter's concert. That's awesome. How was it? They're like, oh, it was great. Okay, cool. Are we still good for that 3-day trial pack tomorrow? If they're like, oh, you know what? I got a surprise bill in the mail. I'm not going to have any extra money. Okay, cool. No problem. You could say something like along the lines of, yeah, just try to stay active and manage your eating, Say something health and nutrition wise, like you're still supporting. And then at the end of that, it's like, I'll check in with you. Or you can say like, oh, so is your next paycheck like in 2 weeks? I'll check in with you before then and see if you're ready to start then. But you're just lining up your next follow-up. So you shouldn't end a communication without a next time to follow up or a next date to follow up, because you don't want to just leave it where it's like, oh, you don't have the money? Okay, well, all right then, bye. Because you're like gonna let your lead die. And that person didn't say, you know, I've never had someone say this to me, leave me alone, I don't want Herbalife ever, like don't follow up with me anymore. I've never had someone say that. If they've expressed interest, I've had people that have had me follow up for like a year before they actually start. And it might be every 2 weeks or once a month, and we're following up. And then finally a year later, they're like, I'm ready. You're like, okay, let's go. But I've never had someone say, don't follow up with me anymore. So you just keep lining up your next follow-up. If you did 2 weeks and then the 2 weeks comes and they're still not ready, say, I'll check with you at the beginning of next month. We have a new challenge starting. Or I'll check with you when this new thing is going. You know, whatever. Just always line something up, though, so that you can stay in touch with people. All right, so now once you get them and they bought their products and they're now a customer. So you got this customer, they just placed their order or they just gave you the money for your order. You're like, the first follow-up always after an order is going to be thanking them for their order. You absolutely want to hit someone up after they place an order and say, I got your order, especially if they did it on your website. And it could be like a text, a message. Hey, I got your order today through the website. Thank you for placing your order. I'm going to get that right out to you, and I'll follow up with you on the day that you receive your package. Lining up your next follow-up. So we've got tracking always on our shipments. You can always track it and see when FedEx is delivering it. On the day they deliver it, you want to follow up hopefully before they receive it. So if you know they're supposed to receive it on Monday, first thing Monday morning, hi, good morning, your package is going to arrive today. I'm so excited for you to get started. Message me later and let me know that you actually got it. So you're putting the ball back in their court. They get back to you. They're like, oh my gosh, I just got home. It's here. You're like, awesome. When are you going to start? Okay, I think I'll be ready. I already got my groceries. I'll start tomorrow. You're like, perfect. So they just told you when to follow up next. They tell you they're going to start tomorrow. That's your next follow-up. So you say to them, okay, awesome. What are you going to eat? Do you have your plan? If they don't have a plan, if they're not ready to do it right, then you tell them, I think you should hold off for another day or two until you have your meal preps and you're ready to go. Like, I don't want you to do it if you're not ready. You don't have all the things in line. So whenever they're ready, they've got everything. They say they've got their meal preps, they got their products, they're ready to go. You let them know, okay, so tomorrow's going to be your first day, or, you know, whatever day is going to be your first day. What I want you to do on your first day Well, I'll go to that next. So the first day that they start, day 2 and day 3, you want their first 3 days, you want to have follow up with them each of those 3 days. After that, you let them know, okay, I'll touch base with you at the end of the week. So you're doing at the end of their first week, you're going to touch base because you're looking for their result. And then after that, weekly or as needed. So if this person's like super needy, then you might need to keep doing every other day or something. If this person's like, I got it, back up, coach, leave me alone, then you're like, all right, well, I'll talk to you when it's time to order again. So that's basic follow-up for when you have a customer. Now, what do you do when you follow up? So when you're saying, here's day 1, you let them know in advance. So for your day 1 follow-up, what I'm going to want you to do is take a picture of all of your meals and when you're having your shake, and just shoot it to me when you're having it so I can check on your nutrient timing. Now, you want to let them know why you want that. You don't want them to think, oh, you're just trying to see what I'm eating. Okay, I'll send you all my pictures at the end of the day. Say, I want you to take a quick picture and send it to me when you eat so I can check on your nutrient timing. And what you get to do with that is you get to like kind of pick apart their first day and make sure they're having a successful day. So if they text you their first shake at 9 o'clock, but you saw them posting online since 6 and you know they were up all day, you can say, hey, is that your first meal for the day? Okay, tomorrow, let's try to have that first shake within 30 minutes. You might have told them that already, but they forgot, they didn't remember, they didn't do it, whatever. But you get to like back them up for day 2 to make day 2 even better. So when you see their meals, you're like, that's a great meal. For your next time, can you like maybe not put that much rice in it or whatever? Like, so always compliment them because they're doing it, they're trying, and the fact that they're sending pictures means that they're serious about it. So like you always want to, why is Zoom sending me a message right now? I'm in the meeting. Oh my gosh. So you always want to compliment what they're doing, let them know that you see them and they're doing a good job because they're really trying. And even if it's not right, you don't want them to feel bad about messing up. So, wow, that's a really great snack. Can you like add some protein to that next time? They'll send you a picture of their handful of nuts. Like, this is my snack. Wow, that's a really healthy snack. Next time, can you have some protein with it, like a piece of meat or something, some chicken, some fish? Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. So you want to make sure that you're giving compliments as well as suggestions. And then when they're using the products, to make sure that they're getting a good result from the products, you want to say, how did you make your shake? Not how was your shake. They're like, oh, it was good. Because they never, like some people, they're polite and they don't want to tell you, oh, it was gross, it was watery, it was clumpy. They don't want to tell you that. So they'll be like, oh, it was good. So how did you make your shake? They'll be like, oh, I did like 2 scoops of the shake powder. Like, awesome. How much ice and water did you use? Did you blend it or did you shake it? A couple things. They see that you really care. And then number 2 is, again, you get to compliment or pick it apart. So if they're like, yeah, I did 8 ounces of water and 4 ice cubes and I shook it up and it was great. Okay, perfect. That was awesome. Great job. If they're like, oh, I blended it. It was a little bit watery, but, you know, it was still good. Oh, you know, you can make it a little bit thicker by just adding a little bit more ice. Oh, really cool. I blended it. I had this much ice. It was thick, but it was kind of like chunky. Okay, cool. My trick is that I leave it on the blender for like 1 to 2 minutes until it's real smooth. Okay, cool. Thank you. So you get to really like help them out in that way. And then you want to ask them, which tabs did you take like with the meal? So when they send you the picture of the meal, which tabs did you take with that? Oh, I didn't take any of my tabs. Aha. Okay. Next time you have your breakfast, make sure you take your cell activator multivitamin with it. Or, you know, next time you have your dinner, make sure you've got, or sometimes they'll say, oh, I took a cell activator. And then the 3rd time they're like, oh, I took a cell activator. Okay, future reference, you only take your cell activator twice a day, so you don't have to take it with your 3rd meal. Okay, cool. So you get to really help them make sure that they're doing the tab when they're supposed to. And then the same thing with the tea. How did you make your tea? Oh, I put a half a teaspoon in my 20-ounce bottle of water. Okay, did you feel the energy from that? Let's try this next time. Pour about 4 to 6 ounces into a cup and mix your tea into that and drink that down first and then drink the rest of the water separate so that you can feel the energy from the tea. So you want to make sure that they're getting the tea in a good concentration so that they can feel it. And, or if they're like, oh, it was so bitter, it's like, oh, did you have aloe? That's a good upsell to get the aloe. Or if they're like, oh, I can't really afford the aloe right now. Well, you can try it with a lemon. I used to squeeze a lemon into my lemon tea just to add a little flavor. So you can give them stuff like that. Or they'll be like, oh, yeah, I have my tea with a half a teaspoon of tea with 4 teaspoons of sugar. Like, no, what are you doing? No sugar in your tea. So you want to ask them so that you can help them out and make sure that they're doing their tea right and they can feel it and they're not like messing it up by piling sugar into it. All right, and the last part of it is keeping regular contact. So the people that come around, like your live leads that you're talking to, you'll do all that follow-up stuff with. But you'll have some leads that do die out. And this is absolutely where you're going online and in your Go Herbalife, and I mean in your My Herbalife under your contacts, you get to keep them engaged. So 2 things, you can do a client chat, Facebook Messenger or Telegram. They're both great. It just depends on where the majority of your clients are. And in your client chat, you're really just checking on the pulse of your clients. And what happens with a client chat is the ones that are actively working on their nutrition plan will talk about what they're doing. The ones that aren't really doing anything, they'll watch, and they may even become motivated by the clients that are actually working on themselves. So 2 things you're checking on in your client chat, you're checking on your meals and your product uses. Is everyone being active? Like, what's everyone doing on their journey right now? And then on the regular emails now, what you're doing with your regular emails is you just want people to remember you in case they decide they want to double back and start their journey. So these are all your people who have at some point, you've either collected their email address and entered it yourself, or you've sent them to your Go Herbalife website and they've registered, you've got their email addresses, and you want to keep your hands on them so they don't slide off and go sign up with some other Herbalife distributor. Or, you know, forget about Herbalife and go do It Works or something because, you know, that's the last post that they saw. So what you do is regular emails every other day, every 3rd day, whatever works for you. And you're sending information about nutrition, products, fitness, and recipes. Not just invitations to order over and over again, but you want to send an invitation to order at least once a week. So you might send today tips about how to, you know, 10 good snacks to make. Or here's some great recipes, some great healthy recipes. Some information about probiotics and how it helps your body. And then in that one, you might throw a picture of our probiotic and an invitation to order. So you'll just send them different info that's going to be helpful on their journey. But in receiving that, it's like they're hearing from you constantly and you're constantly supporting their journey, whether or not they're on products. So that's very valuable and it's helpful to your clients, and it also keeps them looking at you as the authority and as their coach. I've got clients who have never bought anything and they still text me and call me coach because they get my emails and, you know, they get the info from me and put them in our chats and in our groups and they see us. And so you still remain their coach until they're ready to order. So that's all I've got for the follow-up and keep in contact with your people. You develop a client base in your business where it's okay if someone only orders from you once every 4 months because you've got so many clients and they all hear from you all the time. So this month, I might only get like 35 people to order from me, even though I've got 1,200 leads and clients. But that's all I need. That's plenty. And then in January, what happens is like of the 1,200, 120 of them will order because everyone's like, oh, I need to start something. And so in January, you'll be like, oh my gosh, where they get all that volume from out of the blue? It's keeping regular contact with our client base. And when they're ready to do something, they all jump in and order from us. So you guys create that for yourself. We'll do on another call the step-by-step on putting together that email and how to basically like put together and do your client chat. We'll put some pictures on a PowerPoint and show you how it should look, and then the same for the email. That's all I got. Back to you, babe. I mean, D, not babe.
I don't know who babe is. I don't know. So that's it, y'all. So really, thank you, Dr. Tricia Matthews, for that right there. That's a good follow-up procedure. Everybody has this while it's still being shared. Anybody need to write that down or anything? Everybody got it? Cool. So now to answer Mark Peters' question so Mark Peters, rephrase your question again, just for everybody to hear what you asked before about the actual business. Let me get you back on screen first. Let me see where you're at. Oh, yeah, Mark Peters. There you are. All right. So go ahead, Mark Peters.
My question was, when you message somebody inbox or maybe talking to them in person as well. Do you recommend sharing your story right away, or do you give them a chance to answer first, like if they're interested in, and then you share the story? Especially when you're trying to get them interested in doing it for the income as well as nutrition.
For the income opportunity, so you got options. Sometimes it's deliberate. Sometimes it's I'll do like 10 inboxes to a particular group of people that I'm trying to message about making money before Christmas. Let's say if I find like a mom's group, I may go in there and say, hey, this may not be for you. So when I formally introduce myself, I'm Coach D. Matthews. I give people healthy for a living, and it's also an income opportunity. Just trying to see if you're interested or not. Then I go to the next person. A lot of times the invite, we put too much emotion, we put too much feeling in the invite, and that's why it's like, do I say this to that person? Do I say that to that person? Like, it don't even really matter. We just got to get it out there. Sometimes it's deliberate that I go tell that person right away. Sometimes I wait till they get a good reaction of the product first. Then they're easier to speak with because the tea hit them. They like, ooh, man, this is some good stuff. I'll be like, yeah, and we make money with that too. So then it's easy to roll right into it. For the newest person, I say that it's easier to get people the invite to the business side after they had some products, because now they have a reaction towards what you're trying to sell them. And the reaction is they feel good, and you can capitalize off that reaction by then inviting them to STS, phone call. Hey, can I inbox you a link to greatusabiz.com where they break down the actual Herbalife marketing plan and what it's about. So y'all might want to use that resource right there, greatusabiz.com. So I hope that answered your question. But yeah, sometimes it's deliberate. Sometimes it's after they have the product. I prefer for you newer people or people who don't have as much experience, let them get the product result first. Let them feel good off a product, tea, shake, or something. In my opinion.
Okay. Sounds good. That did answer my question.
Cool. Anybody else with questions? That's it? Cool. Well, I'm not going to hold y'all up. I'm just going to give you a brief outlook of what my day looks like, because the one thing that I want to distract y'all and tell y'all who this person is, because I don't want y'all really going to look him up and then get lost in his world. But I see why people document their journey all the time, more so than now than I did before. And it's not just always for the customer. Sometimes it's for your own team or your colleagues, so they can really see. People got to have something they chasing. If you don't have like a person that you look at and be like, I want to chase their work, then you get caught in your own head and you won't do anything. I used to be that person. Like, I typed enough today. And then I'll read somebody who would be like, yeah, it takes me about a day to do a complete outline for a comic book. The next day, I would then go ahead and clean it up. And I'll spend the next 2 days finishing it off. I'm like, damn, it takes me a whole week to outline a comic book. And somebody said they outline a whole script for a comic book in a day. All of a sudden, my level of what it takes to write a comic book just got upgraded. The very next time I wrote one, I outlined the whole thing in a day. And not that I didn't have the capability of, sometimes you just, in your mind, you think that what you're doing is enough. So I'm going to share with y'all what I'm doing today, just in case maybe you thinking that what you're doing is enough. Maybe it is. Maybe you're doing more than me, but I'm just going to share what I'm doing. Okay, so today, I'm in the house all day. It's Saturday. I'm in the house all day, unless we decide to step out to go do something real quick or whatever. But for the most part, the plan was for me and her to be in the house all day. Why? Because tomorrow, Aria got a little party, and then there's something else we got going on, or rock climbing. In my mind, those are fun. Those are distractions from my business. So I'm not going to have any time to really focus because I'm going to be pulled. We got to go over here. We got to go over there. I'm not going to get much done tomorrow. So today I get a chance to load up my Herbalife.social, which is a lot of my posts that you're going to see throughout the week. I get a chance to pre-plan them and put my quotes on them, whatever I want, so I can evoke some emotions. on my post. Okay, I also get a chance to follow up with people who want a product. I get a chance to answer questions. I get a chance to check on the girl from the UK who didn't sign up yet. I get a chance to check on the girl from the Philippines who didn't sign up yet and figure out why, what can I do next to move forward. I forgot about somebody today who was in my planner that was supposed to go to the walk club. Now I get a chance to give her more information, make her feel more powerful, give her a little nugget or something else that she can look at on my site or something to keep her engaged with me and not be turned off. And then re-update my planner to move her for the next invite. So I get a chance to dress my invite. I get a chance to go through my social media calendar, which edit videos, put up posts, have posts ready for later. I get a chance to reach out to all people that I networked with yesterday at the Inspire Shake Network, and then get the information that they need, create that group, put them all in there, because I'm gonna need that group to grow so I can get a warm circle of influence in there to help build my volume later on. So all this, and TV will probably be in the background, but I will be in this chair or in this house for the next 4, 5, 6 hours just doing Herbalife work. But this is what it takes. While everybody else is doing whatever they want to do and this and that, I'm going to be making sure that my week is set up powerfully so I can get volume, so I can get clients, so I can get customers. So my house can benefit. We can get money, invites for the shake shops. People can come through the door, come next week, talk with the yoga guy down the street. Do all this stuff today to ensure that my business is still properly running come Monday and then through Friday. Okay, so that's what my days look like. I don't know what your day looks like. I don't got my other stuff next to me, but I got a whole clipboard that I got top to bottom things that need to be done social media wise. And that's just my social media clipboard. I ain't got nothing to do on my planner. On top, I got to clean the house. So that's what my day looks like. Okay. But I make myself seem larger than life, and I'll make myself seem like I'm all over the internet because I'm pre-planning my posts. The worst thing that you can do, and the last thing I'm going to say, is try to think of a post on the spot. And then be like, oh, I'm going to post this right now. That takes so long for you to muster that energy and then try to think of something good. Something's going to get sacrificed while you're doing that. Now, if you got some inspiration, or if you got just like 30 photos in your phone, you just want to fly, you could do that. But each post you put up should be deliberate. It should either be to educate, to entertain. They educate, to entertain, or give advice. That is education. So it's really two. Really to give advice, entertain, or retail. That's what it is. Educate, entertain, or actually try to get a sale from somebody. Like, hey, buy this now. Or either you're putting something up to give some advice somebody didn't know, or either you're putting something up candid to make people laugh or feel good for the day. So if you look at my post, go back and look at my post. You will see that either one of them three things that I'm doing on every post. And it's not like I'm saying it, it's just the feeling that I'm trying to invoke. And that's why I draw people to my business. Okay. The next one is going to be once I finally get myself really in shape, then you're going to see a whole lot of shirt off photos. Because then I'm trying to sell my body, I'm trying to sell my abs, trying to sell my results. I'm trying to evoke that emotion come the first of the year. Hey, it's the first of the year. You should have these results. You should look like this by now. That's going to be a whole new set of posts I put out. Okay, so that's what I got for today. Well, thank y'all for being on the call. Any questions, comments, or concerns, hit your upline up. And then if we still need to talk about anything else, then they can contact me. Or, yeah. So anybody got anything before we get off? Anything? All right, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all later. Take everybody off your mute really quick. Unmute and everybody peace.
Bye, guys.
Rest of Saturday.
Peace. Peace.